Hello, time for a Man in Gray book review. Hoops, a graphic novel by Matt Tavares, was published in 2023 by Candlewick Press. It's 224 pages. Hoops is a graphic novel that's a fictionalized account of the Indiana 1976 Warsaw High School girls basketball team. They were the first girls basketball team to win the state title in 1976. In the novel, the school's name, Warsaw, is changed to Wilkins High, and some of the players on the team have their names changed, and of course the dialogue is invented. But the basic plot is true. Uh, Judy Wilson is a cheerleader on the Wilkins High School team, but she spends her entire childhood playing basketball in the parking lot or driveway of her house against her brothers. And she gets really good at basketball, and it's her dream to one day actually play on a girls' basketball team. And she gets her chance in 1975, and at the start of school in 1975, because of the Title IX law passed by Congress, the local school, Wilkins School, is forced to create a girls' basketball team. And so she jumps at the chance to play basketball. But the school does absolutely nothing to support the girls' team. They're only doing this because they're required to by law. They don't even have a coach for the first week or so of practice. They're just going out there and kind of trying to play on their own. The principal tries to get the art teacher to coach the team, but he doesn't want to pay her anything. He wants her to do it for free, and she refuses to do that. Finally, he agrees to give her a salary, and so she shows up and begins coaching them. But they're not allowed to use the high school gym. That's for the boys, and so they have to go across town and practice in an elementary gym. They're not given a bus for road games, so they have to figure out how to get there on their own. The art teacher borrows a van from one of her relatives and drives some of the kids, and the other kids have to drive themselves to road games. They don't even have uniforms. They have to make their own uniforms and put numbers on them, as you can see here, using electrical tape. And when they have their first home game, the school does absolutely nothing to promote it, and hardly anybody shows up, even though they win. In fact, the one thing they do have is talent. The team keeps winning game after game, and yet at first no one pays much attention to them. But they manage to get media attention because of their wins, and then some of the school people start following the games. And gradually, as they keep winning and they qualify for the state tournament, everything turns around and the people start becoming enthusiastic about them. The track team even donates them uniforms to use during the rest of their season, so they don't have to wear these tacky homemade uniforms. It's a really inspiring story about some young girls who were determined to play sports and overcame all the obstacles that were put in their way. In the afterword, Tavares talks about why he became obsessed with telling the story about this 1976 team and their ultimate triumph, winning the first state title against all these odds that they had put in their way. And he also talks about his own challenges in creating a graphic novel. He had never done a graphic novel before. He had done illustrations for regular children's books, and so this was a new challenge for him. And he talked about why he thought the graphic novel format was the ideal format for telling this particular story. And he also mentions in the afterwards the importance of the Title IX law. He explains what the Title IX law was and how it completely transformed women's sports in high school, and then ultimately our entire culture. So almost all the women's sports we have today, from tennis and golf to WNBA and all that, can all be traced back to the Title IX law that was passed in the 1970s. So this is a really inspiring book. It's especially, I think, appropriate for young girls to learn a little bit about the history of women's basketball and what the early pioneers of the sport had to go through to become successful in the 1970s. The book is Hoops, a graphic novel. The author is Matt Tavares. This has been another Man in Gray book review. Thanks for watching.